Thought I would do a honest video about Egypt, my experiences here and what I thought of the place, my good, bad and everything in between. This is my last day here. I've been here for 10 nights. Yeah, just wanted to give my honest opinion about the place. So my experience will differ from everyone else's. You know, I have been wanting to come to Egypt since I was a little kid, since I learnt about Egypt and the pyramids and the mummies and everything like that in school. So it was like 25 plus years ago. I've dreamt about coming to this place for a long time. So I think in that time I built it up into my head. And now these are just my experiences and you know how I feel based on my life and my thoughts, you know, and everything that's happened here. So as I said, 25 plus years I've been dreaming of coming to this place, and it was compounded in the fact that, so I was previously married to an Egyptian girl, and 10 years ago, we did a bit of traveling overseas for a few months, mostly around Europe. We were in the middle of planning our next overseas trip, and that included coming to Egypt. Now, after we got back from Europe last time 10 years ago, 9 months after we got back, unfortunately she was diagnosed with cancer. And we were in the middle of planning our next overseas trip to come here and go back to Europe to explore more places. So not only have I been dreaming to come to this place for a very long time, my wife, who passed away 5 years ago, so she went through a 4-year battle with cancer. She went through a hell of a lot of chemo, a lot of surgeries, multiple surgeries that required, you know, it was 12, 14, 16-hour surgeries. She went through a hell of a lot that I don't think many people would be able to deal with, including myself. I nowhere near as strong as what she was. There's no way I could have done what she did. But she was a trooper. She was so strong and so loving and just an all-round magnificent person that, you know, I loved and still love so much. And yeah, so being in Egypt, coming here is been a very emotional trip so far. It's been very bittersweet. Sweet in the fact that I've dreamt to come to this place for a long time, and bitter because I was supposed to come here with my late wife. I even have her name tattooed in Arabic on my wrist. Still wear her wedding band and engagement ring with me. I've worn it every day since past. Yeah, so it's been very emotional, as you can tell, when I landed in Egypt, when I landed in Cairo, that was 10 days ago. Yeah, it all just hit me. I'm not sure if it was because just the long traveling days and not much sleep, it all got to me, but yeah, it's been really tough being here, but it's also been very magical. And Egypt is, so I traveled all the way from Alexandria down to Aswan over those 10 days and explored around and had a look. And look, it's been magical. As you can see from a view from my apartment, it's been very magical being here. It's also been pretty shit. Lots of highs and lots of lows. It's been a very eye-opening experience how I've been putting it to people. Definitely given me a bit of a new perspective on life and people and things and everything like that. So we'll start with the bad. There is people just hound you everywhere you go. You're just getting hounded by people wanting to buy stuff, and not all of them, but a fair few of them are really trying to like just rip you off. I got ripped off in the taxi on the way from Cairo to Alexandria. I overpaid way too much, both in the taxi fare and the tip. The guy took, you know, an £800 tip, which, speaking to my father-in-law, is from Egypt. He goes, no, you should only give him a £100 tip. He actually originally requested $20 US. So yeah, you know, there's been a lot of lovely people I've met, but you know, everyone just seems to want to try and screw you over and try and get as much out of you can. So that's their life and that's how they've grown up, and I totally understand that, but it's just constant and over, like, you know, a longer period of time. 10 days isn't really long, but it wears you down, it exhausts you a bit. It's everyone from like, older people to young kids, as young as like 4 or 5 years old, 6 years old, coming up to you, you know, and trying to get money from you. It is a little bit exhausting, but you sort of got to keep in mind like what they're going through, what they've been through, and that. So like my problems like are minuscule compared to what these people have dealt with. And that's what I'm saying. It's a bit humbling being here and seeing how they live and the struggles. I've spoken to quite a few locals here. It just breaks my heart what they've had to go through. You just want to try and help everyone, but you know, you really can't. There's just too much here that you just can't help. And what kills me the most, I know like humanity and humans and you know, there's mums living on the street with their kids, and you get that in a few different places around the world, but I'm a big animal lover, and I have my two puppies, my two doggos at home. I miss them so much. I miss them dearly. And the amount of like stray animals here, cats and dogs, it's just really sad to see that there's so many, not even just like adult dogs, but like little puppies. You'll probably see from some of my videos or pictures on Instagram, the amount of dogs here just living on the street and struggling, and you try to like pat them or give them something and they're very timid, they're very scared. It just makes me really, really sad to see that. I really wish I could just take them all and give them a better life. Yeah, it's a very humbling experience being here. I don't know, it's hard to put into words my experience here just because there's a lot of emotions. I'm trying to articulate it as best as I can. But sort of a bit exhausted at the end of the trip, but there was like a lot of late nights and early mornings for tours and everything like that. So I've been on minimal sleep for the last 10 days. So now on to the good. So the good, oh my God, the history and the monuments, seeing the structures in person and seeing how massive and big they are compared to like, you know, what you see in pictures and videos is something else. This is something that I'll cherish forever, and I'm glad I got it all on video and took a bunch of pictures. I've met some lovely people here, some people on the tour, hopefully grown the bonds with. Met some lovely locals too. They have been very friendly. Like, you know, I talk about the harassing you on the street to buy stuff and to get money and trying to rip you off. That's part of it, but a lot of the locals have been very lovely and very helpful, but don't expect that they're doing anything for you for free. So if they ask you for anything, say no, because nothing they do is for free. They want money for everything they do. So be very careful of that, and be very careful of the tips and the money that you pull out of your wallet or pocket as well, because they'll keep expecting more. Locals have been lovely when we've been doing stuff. The tour guides that I've had have been pretty amazing. Met some lovely tour guides, and their story and their history has been awesome to hear, and the knowledge that they have. It's been fantastic. I'm going to cherish this trip for all my life. This has been a pretty full-on experience being here. I haven't typically traveled to many like third world countries and especially like Arab countries, African countries and things like that. So this has been like an experience for me, an eye-opening experience. Right now it is Ramadan. Ramadan started a few days ago, and if you don't know what that is, look it up, but it's basically fast from sunrise to sunset. So no water, no food, no anything, and they do this to experience the life of like someone who doesn't have anything, who's living on the street. You know, how they go without food and water and things like that. It's a very noble thing to do. Very tough on the people, like, you know, they don't get to eat or drink water throughout the day. So when we've been on tours, you can tell they're a bit sluggish and struggling a bit. And as soon as it hits sunset, everyone just stops and they go eat and have something to drink. And there's people on the street handing out like Ramadan drinks, some sort of liquid that they give them. So they're all very involved and helpful and things like that. It's been an amazing experience. Like my top experience was probably Edfu and Valley of the Kings, and going inside the big pyramid was, if you ever come here, you have to do it. It was bloody amazing. It was so cool being inside there. Like, what an experience. It's, yeah, something you probably only get to do once or twice in your lifetime. So basically my final thoughts on this place, if you want to experience everything from the lows to the highs and see how people live in a different environment to you, completely different, I think you should experience it at least once in your life. It's definitely an eye-opening experience that sort of makes you think and you take a step back and look at your own life and how lucky some people are in the world. I know I'm very lucky to be able to, where I live and what I'm able to do and doing all this. I know I'm very, very lucky and very cherished to have the life that I have, and very, very humbling coming to countries like this. Yeah, it's something you should at least experience once in your life. Would I come back again? Maybe. With the right people, I think I would come back to experience it all again. But yeah, it's very, yeah. Maybe it's a bit of a bit hesitant just because of like the things that you witness and see. It's basically my honest opinion on Egypt and the parts that I've been in, and no doubt yours will be different of, you know, your own perspective and your own life. So yeah, that's my final thoughts on Egypt and my honest opinion. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. If you like, what your experiences are if you've come here, or any other countries that you've been to similar, and the experience that you've had and your thoughts on it. I would love to hear as well. Anyway, peace out.